Good morning and welcome to Miracles with Mary Ellen. Of course, I'm Mary Ellen, and you can always connect with me through AskMaryEllen.com. I would love to hear from you and hear your opinions on any of the miracle moments or Miracles with Mary Ellen episodes that I've done. Today I have a very special Miracle with Mary Ellen to talk about. This is the Monday before Mother's Day here in the United States. And even all over the world, I'm going to discuss with you how you can celebrate that special mother person in your life. So let's go with the miracle of mothers. A mother is defined as a selfless, loving human who must sacrifice her wants and needs for the wants and needs of her children or others. Any person who creates an environment for you to grow up in and live a great life in, works hard to put money to put food on the table, makes the food for you, washes your clothes, teaches you characteristics so that you can become successful in your future life, should be considered your mother, whether they gave live birth to you or not. Now, the Bible says you should honor your father and mother. Many people interpret that to mean you should love your father and mother. Yet, as many issues as my mother and I had, I did love her in my own way. And more than that, I honored her and I respected her hard work. Mom used to say to me all the time, Mary Ellen, I'm doing the best that I can. Okay, now I was taught respect, and you did not speak that back to my mother or my father. So when she would say that, I wouldn't talk back because I would like to say, well, I don't think it's very good, but that wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be appropriate, and it's not something you should do. So I would take a step back and I would think, I sure hope I can do better when I'm a mother. Yet when you become a parent, you find it's not as easy as it looks. You know, all children, as you grow up, have difficulties with their parents, and parents have difficulties with their children. So, for any teenager or child who may be watching this video presentation, when you're having an issue with your mother or with your parent, take a step back. Just stop and learn about what they've been through on their life journey. What trials and tribulations did they have growing up with their parents or with their friends? Talk to relatives, look at old photos, or take a moment to just ask your parent if they can sit down with you and talk with you about how life was for them. To tell you a little bit about my mother, she grew up the oldest of 5 children in an all Polish, Austria-Hungary family. My grandma and Jaja, which is Polish for grandfather, were the first immigrants from their family through Ellis Island into the United States. I believe my mother was born in Philadelphia or Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then they immigrated up to Buffalo, New York, where I think most of her brothers and sisters were born. Now, my mother had to teach herself English. My grandmother never spoke English. Even when I was little and came over to see her, she did not know English. My grandfather was the editor of the Polish newspaper in Buffalo, New York, so he knew English fairly well. Now, my mother had to be a mom to her brothers and sisters because Jaja would earn money. He gambled a lot and he drank a lot. So he would earn the money and spend it, and then they didn't have any money for food. So my mother left the home on a college basketball full ride scholarship to the New York State Teachers College, teaching herself English. She graduated Phi Beta Kappa and went in to join the Navy. She became one of the first women to be a trainer for pilots on the Link trainer, which was a machine they used back then to teach pilots how to fly. My father was also an instructor at the Corpus Christi Naval Base, and of course they met and married and had my sister. 7 years later, I was an accident, but that was okay. I thought I was a good accident. You can tell from my mother's story that she was a very strong lady, and she had to have this strength in order to survive. Now, Mom taught me a lot of good things. She taught me responsibility. If I was asked to do something, I was expected to get up and do it then. If I saw she needed help, I wasn't expected to be asked to help her. I was supposed to notice that she needed help and get up and help her. Discipline, our entire family lived a disciplined life. We were not to take anything for granted, and manners were reinforced and taught through the example of my parents, and we were expected to have manners all the time, whether at home or out in public. Cleanliness was stressed, not only of ourselves and our clothes, but also of our house and our home and our yards. My room is supposed to be neat and organized. And I remember as a young child ironing pillowcases and sheets before I cleaned the house. Respect was taught. We had respect for adults and children and other people simply because they were people. Now, truth was expected. We were not to lie, and we did not receive lies from our parents. Even at home, although my parents fought a lot, in public, we were not supposed to embarrass the family. So, of course, they didn't fight in public. I was not allowed to crawl on the floor in public, of course, and I was not allowed or expected to grab something off the shelf and put it in my mom's cart just because I wanted it. If I wanted it or needed it, I was supposed to ask, and if I was told no, I was not to pitch a fit to try to get it. The traits my mother and father taught me helped me to become the person that I am today. So on this Mother's Day, I want to say thank you to my mother. And I want to say thank you to all the mothers out there, all of these selfless, loving humans who must sacrifice their wants and needs for the wants and needs of their children or others. Now, understand that your mother does not have to be the person who gave you live birth, yet those people should be honored because they gave you life. A mother in your life can be someone who inspires you, who teaches you these good characteristics that I've been talking about, whether it's respect, responsibility, dignity, or honor. To whomever you have in your life that takes care of you, encourages you, and works hard to earn money to put food on the table. Take time this Mother's Day to say thank you. Do something special for them. Just be grateful. Make them dinner for a change. Just be grateful for whoever the mother is in your life that you have. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate you. And you can always connect with me through AskMaryEllen.com. I'll be back on Thursday with Mary Ellen's Miracle Moment with another great inspirational story for you. I will try to tie it back into Mother's Day. Just depends on what story I can find or create. Until Thursday, have a wonderful, fun-filled week. And don't forget, Mother's Day is this Sunday. So honor whomever that loving human is in your life. Bye-bye.